Hi, Stephen.
Hi, Catherine.
We're going to start right here in France. Some news about what could be a significant change in the world economic rankings.
Yeah, that's right. In today's Le Figaro newspaper, it's reporting that France could have been overtaken as the world's fifth largest economy by the United Kingdom. Now, the ranking is calculated on the size of the economy, or the figure known as GDP, gross domestic product. Now, according to calculations quoted by the newspaper, the UK is likely to be bigger than France when those full-year figures for 2014 are published. Now, the change is down to a few factors. One is that the British economy is growing much faster than France's, but the other major issue is currency change, as the euro has weakened against sterling, which gives the UK somewhat of a competitive advantage. Now, here's how the rankings should shake up according to the calculations in Le Figaro today. As the United States, China, Japan and Germany, they all stay the same, and the difference there, the United Kingdom overtaking France, pushing it into sixth place. Now, the economy minister in France, Emmanuel Macron, has been speaking about this story. Let's listen in to what he had to say.
There's no official statement to say that we are the sixth one, and I'm surprised to be today behind the UK. But the key point is that today we have a lack of growth in Europe, in Eurozone and in France, and we are struggling hard basically to recover and restore this growth. What are the key drivers to do so? First, we have to stick on fiscal consolidation and seriousness. Second, we have basically to enforce and accelerate our efforts for competitiveness.
Now, Emmanuel Macron was speaking there in Las Vegas, where he's supporting French technology firms that are taking part in the Consumer Electronics Show. In fact, French firms make up the second largest group at the CES after the United States. Our Karina Chabot and Lauren Berstecher went to meet some of them in Paris.
A new way to start the day. Taking a closer look at your sleeping patterns, monitoring your weight, and using these indicators to help you stay in shape.
My smartphone tells me how active I am. Today, I walked over 3,000 steps. My objective is to make it to the 10,000 recommended by the World Health Organization.
Founded 7 years ago, this French startup now has 150 employees, a number that doubles annually. Its expertise has become a prized commodity, thanks to the boom of the mobile health industry.
We
live in an aging society where chronic illnesses represent about 2/3 of health-related spending. The thing about chronic illness is that you have to monitor it over time. And it's a treatable illness, especially if you have all the information.
These portable items that allow you to measure your blood pressure or glucose levels were first introduced in the US, but the trend is now spreading to Europe and France in particular. Whether gadgets or real medical tools, connected objects do put something at risk: doctor-patient confidentiality.
The data collected by the healthcare system, both through hospitals and doctors, is protected. But today, when you use these new types of products, nothing protects your data. It can be used for commercial purposes or even sold to insurance companies who can use it to change their contracts.
Another risk, that of legal responsibility. As of today, there is a legal void surrounding possible complications caused by these connected objects, an issue that will need to be addressed to gain the consumer's trust and capitalize on a €4 billion market.
There we go. So good luck to all those French firms competing out there in Las Vegas. So, Stephen, we're going to move on with a look at the market, specifically starting with the price of oil.
Yeah, that's right. We've seen the Brent crude index, which is one of the oil benchmarks, drop below the key $50 a barrel mark in the past few minutes now. It's actually come back up from that 5.5-year low of under $50 a barrel. It's just slightly above that level now. The price of oil 55% lower than it was in June of last year. A really massive drop in that very important market. Down, of course, to a glut in production as well as lower global demand for oil. Let's see how that's affecting the stock markets today. We're not seeing here in Europe the same sort of panic selling that we'd seen earlier in the week. All of the main stock markets, as you can see, opening in the green. Oil and gas shares still not doing great. Royal Dutch Shell, for example, down by over 1%. BP down around 0.5%, but that's not having much of an overall effect on the European markets. Over in Asia, it was a pretty similar picture. The markets there trading slightly up. No great gains to be seen. Just the Hang Seng in Hong Kong, you can see, up by 0.8%.
All right, we're going to move things across to South America now. Stephen, consumers in Venezuela not very happy with their Happy Meals. Why is that?
Well, it's because McDonald's in Venezuela has run out of potatoes to make French fries, and as a result is now serving deep-fried flatbread with its meals instead. The fast food chain says the shortage is because of a dispute with dock workers on the west coast of the United States. You might remember Japanese supplies were affected a few weeks ago by the same issue. McDonald's has more than 100 restaurants in Venezuela. Consumers, of course, there are used to having shortages of goods, but some customers definitely not loving this latest change. Let's take a listen.
One of the reasons I like to come here is for the fries. The fries at McDonald's were freshly prepared. The fries are an essential part of a hamburger meal. What am I going to do with fried cassava? I'll go to a barbecue place if I want that.
That is a man who loves his fries very much.
Absolutely. I think he'd be better off with just nothing rather than pretend.
Health advice of the day.
Exactly, yeah. Maybe just no fries for him just makes him angry. Thanks very much, Stephen, with that look through the top business stories of the day.